month, 100 billion naira is deducted from the Federation account and sent to the security agencies. Why is there no improvement? In 2024, over 2.2 million Nigerians were abducted. 615,000 were killed. Is Nigeria at war? These numbers are worse than the 8 years of Buhari. In 1 year. This is data from Nigerian Bureau of Statistics. So it's government data. I'm not quoting something out of the air. So for that 100 billion.
El-Rufai indeed drops a bombshell that Tinubu allegedly deduct almost 100 billion naira monthly without approval. Indeed, this is really shocking. I don't know if you are really shocked about this particular revelation, but for me, I am indeed shocked. This is coming from former Kaduna State Governor known as Nasir El-Rufai, who just made a mind-blowing claim that every month, this man is not talking that once in a while, this man is saying it's a constant something, that Tinubu is removing, always deducting 100 billion naira from the Federation account without the approval of the National Assembly. This particular revelation has sent shock waves across Nigeria political space. El-Rufai did not back as he exposed what is described as a violation of due process and constitutional order. Same thing, not just him alone, even P2B poorly exposed his own. I will allow you guys to watch P2B because P2B said the way they keep saying that Nigerians are consuming liters of oil in a month is too much. That for him, with his experience, that it is too much. The question that P2B is now asking is who and who is sucking the remaining balance. Anyway, watch this video.
I will not allow any form of criminality as president of Nigeria. The amount of fuel they say we consume cannot be consumed by this country. There's an empirical evidence. We are about the same size as Pakistan. Pakistan, we are about 210, 220. Pakistan is about the same size. They have more roads. We probably have the same number of vehicles, or they have even more. Yet, their fuel consumption is a third of ours. So who is drinking the balance?
The Tinubu political clout or capacity is exaggerated. Yes, President Tinubu is not us. In fact, the confidence and arrogance of that political class and dynasty is a corrupt and criminal electoral process. President Tinubu stays in Ikoyi in Bodilon under Etiosa. In 2023, he did not vote in Ikoyi. He registered in Alausa, Ikeja. Peter Obi won Ikeja and Etiosa. That was home and away. He won Lagos. President Tinubu is the first person who won presidency by losing all the major states. He lost Kano, lost Abuja, lost his home state of Lagos. And then reverse whatever happened with the shenanigans with the FCT minister there. So look, if we fix elections, and that is why today, no matter what, if you take away criminality and thuggery, people were flogged out of polling units in Lagos during the elections. Allow free and fair election and let us taste popularity. If you take away the touts and arrogance and criminality, all the Yashine do talk and all of that, take away the Agberus, let us see who truly is Godfather and how influential. Influence is popularity. You should be able to be confident that people love you enough for them to vote for you without coercion, without bullying, or without any form of violence. So look, the ADC as it is, if they put their acts together, and if they were not that serious, the ruling party will not be as jittery as they are. All the statements you are seeing is because even the ruling party does not know how 2027 will play out. But guess what? 2027 is even beyond APC and ADC. The real opposition in 2027 and the more than 200 million Nigerians who are victims of reckless and irresponsible leadership. The persons who are in hunger, multi-dimensional poverty, victims of insecurity. That is the people's opposition. So Nigerians must wake up and rise above political figures as opposition and know that you and I, if Obi does not become president, what does he have to lose? If Atiku does not become president, he's a former vice president, one of the wealthiest persons in the country. So the real victims of what we are talking about are you and I, the average Nigerians. All right, Jay, the only sectors that are doing well in Nigeria today is crime and criminality. Every other sector is in trouble. That is why you can see people, an ICC that was built in 30 years ago for 28 million is renovated for 39 billion and renamed after who renovated and not who built. There is a desperation for self-gratification and financial aggrandizement. There are no consequences. People are playing God when Nigerians are languishing in impoverishment, extreme and multi-dimensional poverty. So when you put the economic indices of the country on a scale now, you know that we need to rescue ourselves. And if you agree that Nigerians must save themselves, Nigerians are suffering now. A lot is going on now. That is why when you talk about President Buhari dying, Nigeria, we are in an unfortunate situation where we spent money maintaining the life of a president when he was alive. And even in death, taxpayer money will still be used to repatriate the body back to Nigeria because everything will be at the expense of the Nigerian state. Meanwhile, people are dying for malaria in Nigeria. People are dying for smaller sicknesses or illnesses than what killed President Buhari. Yet he could not build one hospital. So Nigerians are in a dilemma. We must find a way to rescue ourselves. So we must pay attention. The coalition should know what to do. They must read the room and know whatever that is going on, the sentiment. So what do you think can happen? See this issue of poverty and the rest of it. It will not change. What is the cause of poverty in Nigeria? A bad economy. Why is our economy bad? We do not produce. We are a non-productive nation. What exactly is going on? Corruption. 60% of the country's budget is outrightly stolen. Brazen criminality. What is going on in government is thieves. People stealing. And there are no consequences. Look at insecurity. It cannot end because the more money you pour into it, it has become an investment. The National Security Advisor said in Plateau that the weapons that are used to kill people in Plateau, Benue State, are weapons that were stolen from government armory. Criminals are stealing weapons from government, using to kill citizens, and government cannot protect them. So there will be no better time because the tragedy about Nigeria is that there is no worst case scenario. Because things are this bad does not mean it will not get worse. So if you say you want to solve poverty, you wait for 2027 for them to rig themselves back into power, you have 4 years of more disenfranchisement.
When you look at Tinubu and the antecedents that led to his becoming the president, what you will immediately recall is that the spirit of self-entitlement. He said it was his turn, and it was the turn of the Yorubas. Now, there are people who crave so much for something, and when they eventually get that thing, they lost the very essence of why they fought for that thing. And that is the case of Tinubu. He wanted power so much that when he eventually got it, he didn't know what to do with it. Rather than place the interests of the nation above his personal interest, his crave for his megalomania was far more weighty than the desire to save this country. Now, if we have gotten those antecedents right, what about Atiku? Is he doing anything different from what Tinubu did when he craved and cried for power? Now, here is somebody who that's Atiku, who has craved to become the president for so many times. He contested against Obasanjo. He contested against Atiku, his own fellow tribesman. He contested against Goodluck Jonathan. Now he contested against Tinubu. I think in Atiku's morality, nothing matters so long as it concerns his presidential ambition. And this is the problem with most of our leaders. They lack the ability to place the interests of the nation above their personal interest. I voted for Atiku when the choice was between Buhari and Atiku. I felt he was a lesser devil. And I actually believed him when he said that the only reason why he is contesting in the PDP was because the PDP refused to zone it to the southeast. Now, you have an opportunity to prove that what you said in PDP is true. Otherwise, it was just a lie. Now, not to take anything away from Atiku, I like his liberality. I like the fact that he's not an extremist Muslim. But any politician who does not embrace the realism on ground has a far more sinister agenda. For instance, he knows, that a Peter Obi's flag bearing of the party ADC sells more than an Atiku's flag bearing of the party. So why the ruckus? As a matter of fact, there's no need to be any ruckus in selecting who should become the flag bearer. For me, Amechi in that circle is just a joker. He knows very well that he stands no chance to take the party into victory. Now, at the risk of sounding, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not controversial. At the risk of trying to sound to bring Atiku down, I want to say the truth. I know the Northeast has not produced a president. The Southeast has not produced a president, and so is the North Central. So everybody has an entitlement to fight to say, yes, we need a president. But for me, why I believe that it is more prudent to allow the Southeast to have a shot at the presidency is because of the many positives it will bring to the governance of this country. Number one, the positivity of inclusiveness. For once, the Igbos will feel their inclusiveness in this country they have long described as a zoo. So we'll give them the zoo to manage. Hopefully, they can manage it into a reasonable society. Since they believe that management has been done poorly, we'll give them the country to put it in a way that we can also assess if we can call it a jungle or maintain the nomenclature of it being a zoo. Secondly, a Peter Obi's presidency for me is I hope will be a far departure from this looting, free looting for everybody. Remember the APC said once you come to APC, your sins are forgiven. Now, judging from the person and character of Peter Obi, I expect that corruption will be reduced to its barest minimum. We want every kobo of the national cake to be accounted for. That I see a Peter Obi representing well. But more importantly, again, after all these positivities, is the empathy for the sufferings of the masses. I want a president that relates, that understands what the masses are going through. And that I see more in Peter Obi than all these pretenders. So I really wish Atiku can understand that, well, you have attained the pinnacle of leadership. You have attained the pinnacle of success. You have attained the summit that any living person can pray to attain. What else do you want? And sometimes you can make changes, not necessarily being a leader. You can make changes also by being in the sideline. And a Peter Obi's presidency, hoping that the North for the first time will vote outside their northern proclivity, will go a long way to show that we are indeed one, since they are the one that always cry or sing the nomenclature of one Nigeria. Let us test it. Atiku, this is the time to show the world that you are far bigger than your personal ambition. This is the time to show the world that you can make changes and bring this nation together by sacrificing your personal ambition. The choice is yours, your personal ambition or the unity of the country. Wait for you to make your choice. My name is Magnus Soraka. Please follow this page and share this post now.
If by August 2nd, PDP never empty, remaining only wiki, I'm gonna change my name. Everybody's moving out. Yesterday, 2 people left. Atiku Abubakar and the CEO of Ovation, Dele Momodu. The 2 of them have tendered their resignation. They have packed their bag of baggages. They have left the party for PDP. They say PDP has been hijacked by some cacophoniums of on-devices. Let me read to Dele Momodu's resignation. He addressed this later to the chairman of PDP Ward 401 East Local Government Area of Edo State. Resignation as a member of PDP. I wish to inform you of my decision to resign from our political party PDP with immediate effect. My reason is simple and straightforward. Our party has been unarguably hijacked by anti-democratic forces from within and outside in broad daylight. It is therefore not able to abandon the carcass of the party to them, while the majority of us earnestly sign up with the new coalition party known as the African Democratic Congress, ADC. I will forever treasure this kind of support you gave me at all times. Thank you, sir. Yours sincerely, Dele Momodu. Now let's go to Atiku Abubakar. He said, he addressed it to PDP, the chairman of PDP, Jada Ward 1, Jada local government area of Adamawa State, later of resignation of membership. I am writing to formally resign my membership from the People's Democratic Party with immediate effect. I would like to take this opportunity to express my profound gratitude for the opportunities I've been given by the party. Serving 2 terms as Vice President of Nigeria and being a presidential candidate twice has been one of the most significant chapters of my life. As a founding father of this esteemed party, it is indeed heartbreaking for me to make this decision. However, I find it necessary to part ways due to the current trajectory that the party has taken, which I believe diverges from the fundamental principles we stood for. It is with a heavy heart that I resign, recognizing the irreconcilable differences that have emerged. I wish the party and its leadership all the best in the future. Thank you once again for the opportunity and support. Sincerely, Atiku Abubakar, JCON. I was looking at the video of Atiku Abubakar Buhari's burial. The love that the Northerners used to have for Buhari, they have moved it to Atiku. The crowd, the rich crowd. You know, say get what they pay. And we know that one. When they call stadium, they'll tell you they'll share money, people go. But that's about 2K go touch them down is different. This one is a rich crowd gathering behind Atiku. And now you have lost Dele Momodu. Okay, Dele Momodu na minus 1. What did they make Dele Momodu if he's a politician? Dele Momodu went off his secure the streets for election. Anyway, you have lost Dele Momodu. You have lost Atiku Abubakar. What exactly is remaining again in PDP? I'm trying to think. It's not empty. Only weekend now with the party. In the long run, we have to merge the PDP with the APC so that it will not be APDC. That can work. Because he has helped APC. And they will not expect to leave his PDP and cause everybody is leaving. But now when they go to ADC, may Atiku no use the great scatter that party because he will want to run for presidency. If I were to advise you, okay, now Atiku, everybody running from the south in the ADC have agreed that they will do 1 term. Both Imamishi have agreed. Peter Obi have agreed. Come into an alliance with the Kwankwaso and an El-Rufai. Stand behind the southern candidate and secure the 3 states I want to call for you now. Kaduna, Kano, and Adamawa. Once you can do that, the election is over. You don't leave south for us. Leave southeast for us. You just secure Kaduna, Kano, and Adamawa. I'm sure if I can secure Kaduna, I'm sure you can secure Adamawa. And if you have Kwankwaso on board, you can secure Kano. Once you give us that 3 state, we will deliver Lagos. Oh yeah, we'll handle here. The full south, we go to AOB. The full southeast, we go to OB. And maybe in River State, traffic go to the movement. That side, we will know how we attend to you. Once you can do that, the election is gone. You know. But I know that you want to be president by all means because something is telling you that our Nigeria presidency, when they create and they write your name for the DNA, say this thing belongs to Atiku Abubakar, compulsory for it. But it's all right. Let the Southern do is 1 term so that we have a balanced power share. Then after that, you can now come and you will not do your 2 terms. Although I'm not happy that you might likely do your 2 terms, but power is negotiated. So if you can negotiate properly and give these people their 1 term, the South deserves 1 more term. That's what they do. That's why Goodluck Jonathan do 1 term to collaborate with Yara do 1 term. Obasanjo do 2 term. Buhari don't balance out with a 2 term. And now we're back to the South. Let them do that 2 term. If you can do that, you guys will win the election and you take it from these people who call themselves a political party. You see they are shaking. But now you, Atiku, and you go scatter that thing. Don't they wash.